Hi, Bill Greenberg with PhoneScholar.com. Today's Wednesday, June 9th, and it looks like I finally caught up on most of my stories, so here's a summary of what's on the website today. EVO 4G reviews are in. A war machine, a powerhouse, and on steroids. And basically, it has a number of people that in the industry that have checked it out, and these are what they're calling it. The consensus is it is terrific, but it's not for the faint of heart. Meaning it's big, it's somewhat big, and some people either love that or they hate it. Then some people think it's very awkward. So that's why, and it's a little bit thicker than some of the other smartphones that are out there, but it is a tremendous product. There was one of the reviewers said that the 4G Max network in Chicago was like instant open, everything was working amazing, and then another one said that it wasn't, even they were in the 4G WiMAX network and it was working faster than most others, but it wasn't mind-blowing. So again, even if you're in the 4G, it's still going to be hit and miss. Remember, these are still wireless networks. And just like Steve Jobs with his presentation going down, these are wireless networks, and sometimes they work amazing, sometimes not, but they did say that this one works better even when it's going slower. Now, the one drawback with the EVO is you still have to pay for the WiMAX data plan, even if your area does not have the 4G WiMAX rollout yet. So that's one of the drawbacks with it. But so far, projections are it's a hit. I'll go over that. There was an error in their accounting, which I'll go over in the categories in just a second. The other two things on the website today are the full keynote address from Steve Jobs. The first entry has a link which will take you to a QuickTime link that you can click on and see the entire keynote address, the full 2 hours in one shot. And underneath, if you don't want to sit in for 2 hours, if you don't want to stop and start, the next one under that is 12 10-minute YouTube bits of the in succession of the speech. So you can watch one or two for 10 or 20 minutes and then come back and watch the rest of them if you want. So that's all set up for you. I went and pulled those all off for you and put it on the website for easy viewing. So take a look at that, and you can see his entire keynote address. And he does say some very interesting things. It's those things always I do find fascinating when anybody talks about that. Hopefully next week in Windows, the Windows Microsoft Windows thing, Steve Ballmer will have some good things to say also. So hopefully for that. Under categories, under the Sprint category, and this is what I was talking about. Sprint Nextel backs off original EVO 4G sales claims. Originally, they said that they had outsold their previous biggest sellers by 3 times in the first day, basically, and they said they sold 250 to 300,000 phones. They're backing off on that and actually saying they sold about 150,000 phones instead. Now, here's the interesting part. They said they sold this many. Now they're saying they only sold this much, but they're still having huge inventory problems. And the big question in the industry is they put so much hype and took so long to get this going and hyped it for so long. How the heck could they have inventory problems on this? You would think they'd have 500,000 units ready to go, but I'm not working that part of it, so it's anybody's guess, but they said they are trying to produce them as quick as humanly possible. Under the Verizon Wireless, Verizon launches group communication service. And what this does is allows up to 20 people at the same time using a toll-free number, and it's 888-VZ group. You call into that, you give your account number, and it works for a call, a text, or voice message for up to 20 people at one time. So you can connect wireline or other Verizon Wireless customers. If it's a non-Verizon, only one non-Verizon customer can go on there. Now, it doesn't say if the wireline customers have to be Verizon also, but I'm suspecting they may have to be, because I think you have to have a Verizon account to log into this. So it's mostly, I would say, designed for companies to hook up multiple people, but it also has a Family Connect also on there. It's $4.99 a month per account. If you want a group contact, that upgrades it. It's $6.99 a month, and that can get you 7 groups, up to 7 groups of 20 each. So again, if you have a large sales staff or a large employee staff, that's good for that. But again, $6.99 per account, per phone number, so it gets a little bit expensive. I put a link under the categories that takes you directly to the Verizon Wireless page to explain a little bit better. So check out that. And under the Nook category, Barnes & Noble offers free coffee to promote in-store reading. What the customer has to do, and of course this is, and I've only been into a few Barnes & Nobles. As far as I know, they all have cafes, but I'm not 100% sure if they all do, so obviously they have to have a cafe that serves coffee to be able to do this. But a customer shows a Barnes & Noble cafe server an open ebook on any device, that's any device, iPad, iPhone, computer, Nook, Kindle, whatever it is, that has to be an open ebook device running the Barnes & Noble software to get a free tall cup of coffee. Now it's good, again, like I said, on any device, but it is for a limited time, and they're not saying how long it's in, so if you want to take advantage of that, get in there quickly. Again, any questions you have, any comments, please send me a note and log on to www.phonescholar.com. I will talk to you tomorrow.